This is our first time like looking at this put together. So we just want to show you the reactions.
It was so crazy. And you know, it was about like 1:30 or something in the morning when we started taking little clips of what was going on. And so, of course, there was no lights. This was completely dark. This was actually the video.
Yeah, we were in complete darkness on that. Man, that's scary. So imagine, you know, Louis alive, she didn't really cry at all.
No, she didn't. She covered her eyes. She was like, what is going on out here?
Yeah. There was times where this is like an old school type of regular traditional Puerto Rican home. We thought that the roof was going, like the winds were hitting that hard. We thought the roof was going to fall off. But yeah, it was pretty rough that night. That went on for how long?
It was like 8, 9, 10, 11 hours. It was like pure winds. And the video, the audio doesn't even do justice of what we really heard. It was so loud and so strong.
Yeah.
Like, it was unbelievable. And it was nonstop for hours and hours and hours.
Yeah. Day one.
This is the day after Maria.
And you see that?
You see, looks like
no trees. It was crazy. Now this guy here, our next door neighbor, was telling you about Chef Felix. That's his mother and father, and they used to have fruit trees. So we're just taking you, you know, some good friends of ours. We're going to the Walmart because with Hurricane Irma, you know, the Walmart was open, so we just got out.
Yeah, you know how like after the hurricane, you want to get out the next day to see what the damage is.
But look at that.
Yeah, this is our first time seeing anything,
After
and we
Maria,
were all were just like, oh my God.
Man, as you see, trees. Yeah. I mean, and the good thing was, I mean, we went to the cash and carry, and lucky, you know, they were open before people really stormed to get inside the store. Inside the store, so we were like, wow, this again. So this is after Irma, and then the next week.
After it was 2 weeks after that. Because it took us about almost 8 days to get electricity. So as soon as we got electricity, 3 days later, the Hurricane Maria came.
And look, so there was no.
It was poles.
It was
like
tough.
This,
yeah, look at the lines.
All over.
It was tough because we didn't have water that first week.
None.
Electric, phone service.
Yeah.
None.
Yeah.
None.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So we like, wow, this is crazy.
Yeah.
You know, just imagine and like this. It wasn't even. It was a direct hit in Puerto Rico, but the eye was close to us. But the eye of the storm was probably what 30, 40 miles away.
Well, the eye was so big, it was close enough to us to
hit.
Yeah, it was pretty much a direct hit as far as I'm concerned.
It was a direct hit over
It came in at a place called Humacao.
There you go.
And but the eye was so big that we're close enough that we're like 30 minutes away from Humacao. So, you know, in my mind, it was a direct hit. You know,
look at that,
and the way that it sound was just like
it took the
crazy.
whole top off that gas station.
Yeah.
So we're going across
all
to see if the Walmart is open, because we think that Walmarts can withstand everything. But look at this.
So the Walmart was closed the next day, or the next day, and we were like, oh, Closed.
Walmart is closed.
This must have really been serious because they stay open no matter what.
So you see stuff boarded up right now. So the funny thing about it was, she yelling, "Stop it! We're recording." The funny thing about this is, it's water.
Yeah, it was crazy, and it was like that there was a man. He was like flying through,
Look, so
and didn't even realize that it was water right there.
So that, rest in peace, that reminded me of my father. Like he'd do something like that. So this old guy, he came, he didn't have any shoes on. He wanted to hit that Walmart really bad. So I'm like, I couldn't understand why it was deep. We didn't know how deep it was. We thought Donna thought that the
Donna thought.
Yeah, you thought that the floors caved in. You know what I mean? So we was like, what's under here? So it was pretty rough. It was pretty rough. So this is day 3. The Walmart was open.
Day 3.
As you see, I didn't have a shave or anything.
Right now, of the hurricane, man, it was kind of tragic. It looked like a bomb went off. The trees are
completely demolished.
Exactly.
All trees.
Signs.
Man,
this is like the only Walmart that is open right now. The Walmart was flooded. It was kind of big.
What they're doing right now is different stores are opening at different times. So, the other day CVS was the only store that was open. CVS, they opened at 12 noon, closed at 5. There's another store open. Gas is being
rationed.
The gas thing was nuts.
I'm going to show you the line.
That was nuts.
Also that one of the gas trucks.
I was trying to talk really quiet.
Yeah, people was watching.
Yeah, people was looking at us recording.
So they had to stop and go.
You'll see him right here.
So no gas is able to be delivered until you get a police escort.
So no
The ice truck was actually hijacked. So somebody got the ice, took all the ice. No electricity, no phone lines, no
right there.
Nothing.
Yeah, right there. You see that guy? He was like, what are they doing?
Exactly. Thank God for generators,
Yeah, so Walmart is off a generator, as you know.
They rationed a little water out, so now we just save the water and stuff like that. So this is day 3.
This is day 3. We're
good
alive,
lessons.
We're safe. We haven't been able to contact our family yet, so no one here has been able to contact their family. So no one knows what's going on, basically from what they're getting on the news. And we can't communicate with anyone else outside of the island. So
exactly. All right, peace.
Yeah, we're trying to hold it up, but this is
that was the worst part for me. I think I said in another video. It's just that we couldn't communicate with anybody to let them know that we were okay. And it's nothing worse than just being like worried about your family for weeks, for days and days and days.
So you see right here, this is the gas station. So now it's beginning to, people are waiting for gas. They're waiting for gasoline because of the situations, with the trucks and things of that nature. So, we were outside. The good thing is we were outside most of the day.
Outside a lot.
And we were at the park, but you see that plane. So it was a big plane with like a satellite dish or something like that.
I think it was like a satellite. They were scanning the area, but they did that
like
for hours. Yeah. We didn't know what was going on, but somebody told us that they were taking radio images of the island, I guess, trying to get the damages. So we don't know. If you know, then, let us know. It's a different looking type of plane.
Yeah, because you see that disc on top of it.
Yeah, like a satellite disc.
It was a lot of helicopters and
And also during this time, there was ley seca, dry law, where you couldn't buy alcohol.
No.
And there was a curfew, of course, because there were no street lights.
Yeah.
And so, you couldn't. Nobody could buy alcohol. If any stores sold you alcohol, they could get fined.
Yeah.
And so that was a good thing, I'm guessing. But sometimes when you're in the dark, you just want to, have a drink or something. But
nah,
that
you
was
didn't
the
want
law.
that. You
They
really didn't. No. Well, so this is when they said that there was phone service connection, because no one had phone service connection in our town, or like no one really, except for in San Juan. So we had to travel like 30 miles, and you know, this is our neighbor, you know, and like I said, they're just good people,
this
you know,
is
the neighbor.
The line for
so this is line for gas too. So the line was like a mile. People were standing for 15 to 16 hours just for gas for I think $20 worth of gas, because they had some type of gas
limit.
Yeah, limit, and it was a gas war basically. You know, people were hijacking. Plus, it was like I think Shell gas station. You know, they had a situation with the government or the people in Puerto Rico. So it was just messed up. But on the way to close to San Juan, you could pick up phone service.
Yeah.
So on my way here, this is where I got very depressed, you know, because I was just looking at the trees. I was looking at the people. So every gas station was like this. I'm like, man. I'm like, I don't know what's going to go on right now.
Yeah.
I was like, all I need, you know, all we need to do, we need to get out, you know. We need to get out.
And that was kind of tricky too, because around this time also the airlines and the airport still wasn't organized.
It was crazy.
So people were going to the airport and they were getting their flights, but they get to the airport and
Look,
the flights
this
weren't
is
leaving.
every day.
Every day.
This is lines
all day.
everywhere. So just imagine if you had to get, you know, big shout out to our landlord. Big shout out. You know, she had to wait 8 hours
every day
to get some
to get gasoline, because there was a limit. You only could get 10 to $20
for the generator.
Yeah.
You know, so we can have some type of electricity at night for the fan. But look, take a look there. It was sad. It was sad, and you know, once we reached, man, big shout out to the people who really put action towards, you know, when we made that call. You know, they were like, whatever, because we couldn't get our tickets, we couldn't touch our money, we couldn't touch anything, you know. So we called several people, but you know, sometimes it's the people that you meet along this journey that step up the most.
Exactly.
So
and this time, during this time also, it was like, you know, since the gas was it was a shortage on gas, we were getting news from like the old school way, like somebody would come visit a neighbor, like their nephew would come visit and he'd tell us what's going on in his town, and we tell him what we knew, and that's how we would get the news. So somebody came by and was like, there's phone service in San Juan, but people was like, we don't want to go to San Juan. So we got
a little bit of service, but that's El Yunque, those big mountains, and they look, I mean, decimated, the trees and everything like that.
The national forest.
The national, the forest. But as you can see, this was PR, and you know, just big shouts out to the people who really supported us.
Yeah,
you know.
Out.
Okay, hold on, Salah. I'm taping right now. That's a lie. I'm taping, so we, you know, like, no electricity. I mean, this was a big lesson for us as far as, you know, right now we don't take anything for granted.
Nope.
And
nope.
You know, once it gets full, I mean, this is like, it's we not it's no prisoners no more.
Yeah.
You know, with us. As you can see, miles and miles of trees gone, leaves gone, trees are gone. People are waiting in line.
Waiting, like, I mean, the thing I can say is that, you know, a lot of times you can see the patience of an island. You know, people here are so patient.
Yeah.
You know, it was never, you know, you never really heard of anybody fighting in the lines or anything like that. Everybody was just patient and cool, and they see you, they wave and smile like nothing is going on, you know.
Yeah. So this is one of our neighbors. I went with her to her job. Her job was in downtown San Juan, and you know, she does the tours and stuff with the hotels, and we're looking at downtown like, wow. And at her hotel, she has there was nothing but refugees there at her hotel. So, you know, we're going into there. She's worried because, I mean, her livelihood is her job. you know, and tourists is not coming there, not at all. So this is downtown. So we're walking inside, and then they have their generators, but they turn on their generators around 3 o'clock. So we're listening to all these refugees. They said that they had a boat to help people get to the island. But later on, this is what we do in the dark. So this is in the dark, and you're wondering why it's a light. The light is because our neighbor, he hooked the light up to his car.
You can see his car over there.
So they cutting hair. We outside in the pitch dark, mosquitoes, and we just and we just having fun. Okay, baby. Look.
See you.
Yeah.
Mama. And so Salah has her little friends and things to do, you know, and so it was really good on that end.
So what we tell you, this Kangen water machine stepped up for us. Like, thank God for Kangen water. You need to get your machine. Make sure you let us know. Yeah. We didn't have any money. We couldn't have any access to money. Yeah. I mean, that saved our lives when we had the generator on. So this is October. Things were getting a little better. Like all around is bad. Like those remote parts and places are horrible. You know, so when
actually help with the food and the gas situation, since they said people were hijacking and they didn't feel safe.
That's a.
That's when the phone service was reaching where we were.
That's a good point too, because you know, even though things are coming back, you know, there are areas
that's nothing.
Are decimated.
They can't even get to the mainland.
Exactly.
I mean, not the mainland, like the main area.
They can't leave their area because the one road out is gone.
Yeah. So this is like
This was the downtown Fajardo.
Yeah,
where
they were. The mayor. Big shouts out to the mayor of Fajardo too. Real down to earth guy, like very approachable, and he's definitely for the people.
Exactly. And, he's been in office for every time it comes up for renewal, he gets voted back in. For a little past 7 terms, he's been voted back in. And also, like, one day they may be giving away diapers, giving out free diapers. The next day they may be giving out free water, free chicken, free every day they're doing something different for the town of Fajardo. So that's excellent.
Yeah. So there were lines everywhere as far as to to get food. This was the downtown. So as you see right now, later you start seeing the leaves grow back onto the trees.
You see, Mayor Fajardo, Puerto Rico was giving out free chicken and supplies to his people, and this is what it's all about, helping out.
It is. Yeah. The people of Puerto Rico, man, they really stick together.
They're very down to earth and friendly, you know. I know you want to say something right here.
Because this is we showing you the used generator that we were using, and then at first we had to collect that water right there. You know, that was the first week or so. Like, you had to collect that water to flush your toilet or to wash your clothes.
You know about washing.
That's what we do. Wash.
Yeah, we learned in Puerto Rico. I mean, in Costa Rica,
how to wash
our clothes by hand.
Yeah.
And so
pila.
And so we were pretty much, you know, familiar with doing that part. But this was like a really good, because when we went out one day, everybody had their flags, and it was just very, you know, emotional.
Symbolic.
Because you know, people are surviving. You know, with no electricity, blackout, and all of that, people are surviving. And so we just again want to just thank everybody.
Yep.
for helping us and for, you know, supporting us.